Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out a game called Persist. It's a little small platformer, a flash game, and in fact it is from the LD competition. I think it was LD26 specifically. It's one that I happened to pass by and I thought looked quite adorable and charming in a few ways, by developer Adventure Islands. And I'm just going to read off the little bit of a synopsis that the developers left here to give us some framework before we actually start out the game. So the story involves a tale of a small spirit trying to seek a mysterious goddess to forgive his past sins so he can move on to a higher plane of existence. Unfortunately, the goddess really resents him and tries her hardest to keep the spirit from reaching her, stealing his various body parts and various skills with them. Lose your arms, you can't swim. Lose your legs, you can no longer jump. Can you reach salvation, or are you doomed to lose all hope and your whole existence in the deep and dark sanctuary of the goddess? So, that is the framework. Let's give it a try and see how it goes. Hopefully it is just about as cool as it looked from the screenshots that I've seen. So we're going to hit start here, and here's a little bit of more text, I suppose. You! Why have you come here? There is nothing you can accomplish. You are already beyond redemption. I wonder what he did to make this goddess so angry. Alright, so here we are, a little spirit character. Can run and jump, and we've just got basically arrow keys is really all there is to know as far as controls go. It's pretty simple looking sprite art, but I think it's got a lot of charming qualities to it. And it's even really simple stuff, like if you look at the ground, how it's got the 2 layers of depth to it, slightly darker pattern going on underneath that textural top component, and then the same goes on with the leaves in the background. The clouds have some nice little shading to them, and it's subtle stuff, but it's kind of neat. And I like the fact that we're going with black as our default background, and everything almost has a slightly neon quality to it, even though I'm not sure if that's necessarily intentional, but I think the artwork does come out pretty nicely. Alright, so it looks like we've got some water here, which I do have arms, I believe, so okay, I guess I can just swim by walking on top of it. We've got some spikes here to avoid, and we can do so pretty readily. I'm not sure how long this game is, but since this is from the LD competition, I'm going to assume probably not all that long. You know, having 48 hours to design a game is not the easiest thing, and that was actually pretty cool looking. So again, we've got the same textural component going on with these little subtle backdrop features, the little bits of hinting at the brick textures, those little torches. Everything's really nice looking, and actually this is reminding me a bit of like a moment from Mario or something with the spiky block moving back and forth. The controls, by the way, if you're worried about them, they're actually pretty sensitive and they feel pretty nice. I haven't had any trouble so far navigating any of this stuff. It's actually felt just right. I think there is pressure-sensitive jumping, too, which is kind of a thing of mine. You who have entered my sanctuary, what is it that you seek? My forgiveness? Ha 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 ha. After all you have done, you fool. I shall take your arms and watch you drown into darkness of the heart, of your heart. Into the abyss with you. That's not very nice. It definitely feels like a little bit like an NES game. It says we lost our arms and our ability to swim. So now the water, which may not have been necessarily dangerous, would be a fatal jump if we land in there. Okay, so the thing that we've got to worry about here is these waterfalls sort of go in and out of transparency, so at times we're not going to be able to see them. Thankfully, not too difficult on that challenge. We should be able to hopefully navigate through that. Things might get a little bit more scary if we end up with a variety of things all moving at the same time. If we have to navigate moving platforms while we're also not able to see our character, that could be a bit more tricky. I like how these platforms all seem to line up pretty well. What do we have on the other side? Okay, this one's opposite timing. So far, so good. Even without arms, I feel like we're doing all right. Oh, okay. I've definitely seen this challenge before. So we're taking the moving or rising and lowering what is usually like lava in a lot of Mario games, and now we're adding the moving blocks, or, well, they're not actually moving, but they give you... Oop! Oh, kind of missed that jump there. By not jumping. It gives you the appearance almost like we're doing one of those Mega Man-style block puzzles. Oh, I can't touch it even. I thought maybe I could survive if I stand still, but... Nope, just gotta wait it out on the top block there, and things will be just fine. It's really nice music, too, the piano that's going on in the background. It's got a very nice, charming sense to it, just the same way the art did, or does. And, oh, just gotta get a little bit higher there. We should be safe. I need to see where I'm going, though, before I navigate ahead. can only see a little bit ahead of me, actually, so I gotta be careful here. I am able to stand on this, and I want to fall right in time with that so I can get ahead of the water flow, and we made it through that successfully. Ah, I foiled your plans, goddess. You are still here. I see you do not give up your goal easily. That is correct. I persist. But I warn you, my forgiveness is not earned easily either. I shall take your legs and laugh as you burn in my wrath. Into the abyss with you. Where is he? I was in the abyss a minute ago. I don't even know that I necessarily got out. Alright, so all I am now is just ahead, and I've lost my ability to jump, so all I can do now is, like, roll down. So this is going to be all about timing, landing on edges, and hopefully doing so skillfully and not just getting torched. I really like the art style. I know I've said this so many times, but it's like, now we've got this extra added layer, and we managed to add all this sense of tension just through the use of color here, and everything's got this warm quality to it. And it's also very crisp as well. Alright, so I should be able to roll through here. I kind of would have liked it if the head rolled, but also that would be kind of annoying to animate, perhaps. I could see it just sort of like bobbing around. Oh, okay, no, we're fine. I just gotta use these to my advantage. And I made it through there. I think we'll have probably one or two more screens of this. So far, the challenge seems to be a bit on the low side, but again, the shorter games, so I would say this is probably more like a prototype or a demo of something that could be if it was a more fuller version, or more fully developed version of this concept. And so far, I'm really, really digging it. I think this is a lot of fun, and I think it's very well done, especially for the time constraints. Definitely one of the more developed ones I've even seen out of that. So now we've got these unpredictable fireballs coming down, and I've got to just hope that I'm standing in the right spot to not get torched by those. The level design has been very much not a jerk. It is not trying to kill me for the most part. I think I'm able to get around a lot of this. You're really starting to test my patience. What are you fighting for? Forgiveness, you fool. You deserve nothing of the kind. I've had enough of your foolishness. I'll crush you once and for all. Okay, well, I mean, I'm just ahead. Into the abyss with you. Can't really take out much more than that. Do I have a boss fight now? What's going on? Oh. Yeah, I mean, that would be the end of me if I can't jump or do anything about that. Did I miss something there? Is there supposed to be more going on than whatever I just saw? Is this going to reset? Oh, I guess not. So that was scripted. Alright, so it crushed me, and now there's a falling star. And I'm going to assume I'm going to... Oh, you've lost your body, but not your resolve. Oh, goodness. So now I have to play Cloudberry Kingdom style, but I can jump again without my body. This is actually a surprisingly cool twist. I was not expecting there to be more. Thankfully for me, I'm not bad at this type of a challenge, and I've actually done this before in another game. So, yeah, the stars are probably not even necessary when you have a fixed camera like this where the center point is the main area where you'd expect the character to be. It becomes pretty easy to know where you are, actually. So this is an interesting test. Oh, I guess I missed that jump there. It's a really interesting test if you go back and try a game that perhaps you're familiar with, another platformer, which has a similar fixed camera like this. You can actually do better than you might expect with a little bit of practice. And you just got to keep at it a little bit, too. So far, the most difficult challenge so far. I like that the music has gone away now, so we can sort of lament the fact that we've lost our body, and probably also kind of reflects the fact that we don't have necessarily even ears to hear the music anyway. Not that we necessarily, as characters, ever hear the music that's playing in the background, although that would be a whole different thing if we could. So my resolve has made it through and persisted. Another jumping platform test. Is there more, or... Oh, we found the goddess. And she kind of reminds me a little bit of the queen from Snow White or something. I can feel a presence. You? I've taken everything you have, but still you persist. How? I see it now. You honestly feel remorse for your past actions. And that has allowed your soul to linger a little longer. Now you've finally reached me. What is it that you want? I think I've kind of expressed this already. Well, I have no mouth, and I cannot scream. What? You would give up your soul to save mine and undo your actions. Oh. And thus we have the twist. Would you really do that? It's a remarkable little platform, and there's actually quite a bit to this in such a small little package. It's very well put together. The whole thing is complete, even in its small bite-sized form. I forgive you. And thus we have persisted, and it looks like we have found forgiveness. Doctor. The woman they brought in. Her condition is stabilized. Oh, okay. I thought she was not going to make it. I think I get it now. Excellent news. I guess miracles do happen. How about her assailant? Her condition got his condition got worse. We tried our hardest when his condition got critical, but he is no longer with us. And cue the piano music, and I guess our title card rolls in. Persist. I was kind of figuring it was going to be like a car accident or something. Maybe the protagonist hit this woman, and she was on the brink of death. But then they said assailant, so I don't know necessarily. But that is a remarkably well done game in 48 hours. Theme of minimalism, by the way. I forgot to check what the theme again of that particular competition was. I think that was very well done. So props to the developer. I am very into your work. I think this is great stuff, and I would be happy to try any of your other stuff in the future. I definitely heartily recommend this for somebody that's looking for a very well-developed, tiny little packaged version of a platformer that actually managed to have sweet graphics, great sound, tight controls, reasonably, clever level design, although I wish there was more of it, but again, 48 hours. And manages to work in an actually decent story, too, with, I guess you have kind of low expectations when you see a platformer like this that's going a bit on the fantasy side. You don't necessarily think it's going to perhaps map to anything, and sometimes it doesn't, and a lot of the time it doesn't, actually. You just sort of have this, and you take it at face value. There's not necessarily a story behind it at all. But in this case, you take that assumption and kind of throw it out the window. So Persist, thumbs up to you. Thumbs up to the developer, and definitely recommended. So if you want to check out this game yourself, you can play it online for free at a number of different sites, but I will put a link in the description for that. So if you want to play this yourself, play it with a friend, or just go through it again any way you want, it is available there. Please do let me know what you thought of this one. I'd love to hear your opinions on the story, of course, on the execution, on any other LD games that you might have run into, because I think that's kind of the amazing thing about this competition is it turns out now like thousands of games, and there's always going to be a few that slip through the cracks. So if you happen to run into one that's particularly engaging or interesting like this one, please do let me know what it was, and I'll be happy to take a look at it. I just generally do always take suggestions for the series. I just haven't been actively soliciting them as much recently because I've just been drowning in games, which is a really good problem to have, and I'm not complaining. But if you just want to put this out there, this is still a thing that I do. So if you are interested, please do let me know. And of course, I will be doing any more coverage on future LD competitions as they show up. So far, I think I've hit the last 3 or so. And I've taken, I think, between like 2 weeks and a month on one of them. So, it's good stuff, and I really enjoy going through this stuff. And hopefully you guys can check out in the description, aside from the game, also my other social media links if you like. My Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch channel, and of course indie-impressions.com, where I aggregate all of my videos from the series over there, and they're all sorted and categorized. So if you're looking for more in a particular genre of gaming or platform, that is the place to find them. But thank you as always for watching. Please do leave any support you can, any comments, let me know what you think, and I'll be back again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day, so I'll catch you there, and hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you later.